Allow me to take you on a trip. Allow me to take you miles away to another continent, another country, another home. I'll take you to the DRC. Come with me, and you'll discover a lot about this country. We'll be crossing rivers, lakes, and climbing mountains. We'll be walking and running, walking and running, walking and running. It'll be exciting, I promise. Welcome to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Located in the heart of the African continent, the Democratic Republic of Congo is very known for its natural riches. The southern part of the country is overflowed with mineral resources, while the northern and central regions are largely forested. The land is fertile, rich in mineral, and abundant. 80 million hectares of farmland, of which 5 million hectares can be irrigated. Clear streams run in the valleys, and on the slopes, both cows and vegetables grow fat from the lush grass and fertile soil. The heart of the country is blanketed by the equatorial rainforest. There, trees reach height of from 30 to 160 feet, and numerous varieties and species of plants proliferate. The DRC is also the country of lakes, rich in aquatic biodiversity and holding more than half of Africa's water reserves, including 4 of the continent's Great Lakes, as well as Africa's largest and deepest lake, Lake Tanganyika, Congo's lakes, and rivers which can contribute to efficient irrigation systems and a profitable fishery sector. In the early 1990s, annual catches of both freshwater and saltwater fish reached levels of about 200,000 tons. It is estimated that the sector has the potential to reach over 700,000 tons per year. When it comes to climate, the DRC extends across the equator and spans over 2 typical zones, which has the ability to favor the cultivation of a wide range of tropical and Mediterranean crops. The cool temperatures and fertile soil of the eastern highlands could favor the cultivation of tomatoes, sweet potatoes, yam, and pumpkins, and Mediterranean vegetables such as artichokes and asparagus. When the rainy season is very long, it is possible to get a second crop during the same season if you replant immediately after harvest. Coffee beans, potatoes, and leeks can be produced in the high plains of the east and south. Corn, millet, plantain, cassava, groundnut, and rice are tropical crops that have the potential to yield a large harvest, which could help reduce food insecurity. In addition to those factors, the geographic placement of this land of wealth is another favorable condition to economic development. The reason is simply because it creates opportunities for exportation. The significant population groups surrounding the country definitely represent potential customers for agricultural harvest. 32 years of dictatorship, followed by civil wars, invasions from neighboring countries and Western powers because of coltan, cobalt, and gold mines, and bad governance reduced the DRC from being a potential economic giant to one of the world's poorest countries. Thousands of Congolese families had to leave their home. Families are starving with close to no hope for a better future. Currently, only about 10% of available agricultural land is being farmed, which is primarily used for subsistence farming with little commercial activity. The agricultural sector is growing at a 2% per year, which is slower than the increase in population. Most importantly, the contribution of agriculture to GDP is 45%, which could be higher considering the agricultural potential of the country. Since the 1960s, agriculture has been seriously neglected by the government and at times was allocated as little as only 1% of the government budget. Farmers struggle to gain access to credit and updated technology and machineries, and there has been a prolonged lack of both public and private investment in agriculture, as well as in the country's energy and transport infrastructure. Many roads in both rural and urban areas have fallen into disrepair, and energy provision in the countryside is extremely limited, which isolates the rural areas, which in turn results in farmers not being able to sell their products, causing income to decrease, and local products not being transported to urban cities, causing increase in food imports. Meanwhile, the lucrative mining industry has drawn labor away from the fields and into the mines. Since the living conditions in the rural areas get worse and worse as time goes by, employable young people in the rural areas have two options. They can either leave and move to the big cities or work in those mines. In addition to corruption, taxes, harassment by police and authorities, land ownership is another factor limiting the development of agriculture in the DRC. Since the law renders the state the sole owner of all properties and lands, which forces small-scale farmers without land to rent property.
Take 1 pint of water, add a half pound of sugar, the juice of 8 lemons, the zest of half lemon. Pour the water from one jug, then into the other several times. Strain through a clean napkin. Grandmother, the alchemist, you spun gold out of this hard life, conjured beauty from the things left behind, found healing where it did not live, discovered the antidote in your own kitchen, broke the curse with your own 2 hands. You passed these instructions down to your daughter, who then passed it down to her daughter.
I had my ups and downs, but I always find the inner strength to pull myself up. I was served lemons, but I made lemonade.
My grandma said, nothing real can be threatened. True love brought salvation back into me. With every tear came redemption, and my torturer became my remedy. So we're gonna heal. We're gonna start again. You've brought the orchestra, synchronized swimmers. You're the magician. Pull me back together again the way you cut me in half. Make the woman in doubt disappear. Pull the sorrow from between my legs like silk, knot after knot after knot. The audience applauds, but we can't hear them.
The DRC is a country with rich ancient traditions, a colorful cultural energy, creativity, amazing potential for agriculture and economic development, and much more. Little by little, the DRC will wash this curse off its body. Little by little, glimmers of hope will be created. The future of the DRC still looks exciting, and with a bit more push, the country will tilt the balance and awaken the world to a new DRC. A place where the people are able to grow their own food, to feed their family, and generate revenue. A place where the resources are used and exploited to the benefits of the children of the land. A place where food insecurity, foreign intrusion, and bad governance will be stories of the past. To get there, access to land machinery, credit, markets, and other infrastructures favorable to agriculture should definitely be provided to farmers.